Hi everyone, this is SOMAYD. Alright, so lots of people have been asking me for my Magic Find Delve Zooming setup, so here it goes. I will also add a strong mapping version of this character if you want to blast some red maps and have fun with Rain of Arrows. So first, it's a Ranger Deadeye. I love the amount of speed and utility it provides for a Magic Find character. And second, Rain of Arrows because how easily it scales and how cheap it is since we don't need Dying Sun or Rigvolt Quills to farm red maps. But ultimately, if you can invest in it, a fully geared Tornado Shot Deadeye will outperform this. The full version of this build with a 6 link will cost you around 7 Exalted Orbs, 5 with a 5 link. If you're looking for ways to afford this build, you can check my previous video here and learn how to make a quick buck doing low level delves. Let's jump right into it. Here's what you need. Weapon slot. Wind Reaper is the obvious choice here since you get 15% increased quantity, and they're cheap this league. Since we need to kill frozen enemies to get the bonus quantity, I mostly scale cold damage and recommend the following gem setup. Vol Rain of Arrows, elemental damage with attacks, added cold, cold penetration, ice bite, and hypothermia if you have a 6 link. Quiver. I like using Arrows Deadeye for Rain of Arrow. It is cheap and offers pretty much all that we need. Helmet, the one and only Devoto's Devotion, gives a lot of speed and we need it to farm fast. In it, I recommend using Cast When Damage Taken level 3, Immortal Core level 5, Phase Run, Quality matters a lot, and Increased Duration. The best damage enchant here is Rain of Arrow has 15% chance for another sequence, but it's quite costly. Gloves. Even after the nerfs, I still recommend using Sadima's Touch for the 10 quantity. In this slot goes the Herald of Ice setup with Herald of Ice, Curse on Hit, Assassin's Mark, and Onslaught. Chest. Queen of the Forest got nerfed this patch, but 50% move speed is still a must-have. If you're like me and skip bosses, then you can level 6 additional gems in there to boost up your profit, or use a Scourge Arrow setup for a single target, and for this, I recommend using Scourge Arrow, elemental damage with attacks, added cold, hypothermia, cold penetration, and slower projectile if you have a 6 link. Boots. Here only one choice, and it's a pair of gold worms. We socket utility gems in there. Portal, Blink Arrow, faster attacks, and Blood Rage. Belt. Bisco's Leech doesn't give the most quantity, but Rampage is well worth it and makes clearing much faster. Rings. This league, getting White Socket Paria is really easy and it gives 15 quantity each, so I really recommend using those guys. In the first Paria, I recommend using your Grace and the other one, the Lightning Golem. Amulet. By far the cheapest choice this league is a 10% quantity Spine-Fused Talisman. Try to get one with a lot of lightning res and maybe damage. Special mention to Bisco's Collar if you don't care about your resist, it's really good too. And also a Rare Shaper Amulet with 10% quant offers a lot of flexibility. For Flasks, use this exact setup. A Bubbling Divine Flask of Staunching, the Wise Hawk, we're pretty much relying on this to be capped, an Alchemist Jade Flask of Heat, a Chemist Diamond Flask of Warding, and finally an Alchemist Quicksilver Flask of Adrenaline. Gotta go fast. Jewels. I really recommend getting a Lionized Fall in this spot. It gives a lot of damage and also leech. Then you want to get Searching Eye Jewels with as much cold damage and life as possible, such as this one, or movement speed such as this one. On a side note, if you want to use this build for low level delving, just replace the gold worms with 30% MS boots, as Magic Find doesn't do much down there. For the skill tree and leveling progression, import the pastebin link in the description down below in Path of Building. Labyrinth order. First lab, get Gathering Winds, second, Fast and Deadly, then Far Shot, and finally Endless Munitions for Uber Lab. You might need help from a friend to get your last Ascendancy, but it's really worth it. The AoE that Endless Munition provides is amazing for Rain of Arrows and Herald of Nice. Bandits. As always in my crit builds we help Alira. And finally, Pantheons. I recommend upgraded Soul of Aracheli and Soul of Shakari. But what map should you farm? I have an in-depth video about this topic coming very soon. But so far, I really recommend Volcano, Shaped Channel, Vol Pyramid, Academy, Ghetto, and Arcade for low tier maps, and later on, Burial Chambers and Lair if you can handle red maps. You can always come check my stream to ask about it until the video is out. Red maps alternative. If you like this build but not magic finding, I will include a version of this character to clear all red maps really well, and it feels amazing. So here's some footage of the character in action in a fully juiced up tier 15 maps or other dangerous situations. For this guy, I use a Carcass Jack as it makes our AoE ridiculously large, but you can use a Lore Weave for extra damage and defenses or any chest of your choice. You can find the details of this version of the build in the form of a passive building link in the description. And that's all for this guide. Thank you so much everyone for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and throw me a follow on Twitch. You can also share your favorite magic finding build this league in the comments. See you around.